Hello and welcome to another Your Partnerships Meets. And wow, I've got the amazing ladies from Children's Hospice Southwest with me. Alice, tell us a little bit about the charity itself.
So at the Little Harbour Hospice in St Austell and Little Bridge House in Barnstaple and Shelton Farm in Bristol, we support babies, children and young people who have a life-limiting condition, which means they aren't expected to live into adulthood. We're of course there to support them through the toughest times, through end-of-life care and into bereavement. But we're also there to support the whole family from the point of
Yes.
diagnosis.
And that's one of my favorite things that you guys do because during that time, it's providing that support for the family, the siblings. I mean, it just that whole unfortunately awful thing, but thank God people like you are there to help during that time of need. So, and how old's the charity now? You're having a big birthday, aren't you? Or just had a big birthday? What's I know well Little Harbor just had a big birthday, but the
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the charity overall is over 30 years
yeah,
old.
and then Little Harbor had the what 10, wasn't it?
That's it. So,
Yeah.
Little Harbour opened its doors in 2011, didn't
Yeah.
it? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
I know.
I can remember just the fundraising was starting on that and just the talk about Cornwall's going to have this thing, but yeah, amazing. So so you got the three hospices itself.
Yeah.
How many families do you take? I should have asked these questions before we started. I'm going to put you on the spot.
That's
How many
okay.
families do you take care of in total? You think nowadays?
So at the moment, we're supporting over 120 children.
Wow.
And then, of course, mum, dad, brothers and sisters as well, plus bereaved families. So for many of our bereaved families, Little Harbour is where they feel closest
Yes.
to their son or daughter. So it's really important for them to keep that connection with the charity and for those families in Cornwall and Plymouth with Little Harbour.
It's fantastic all the work you do, and
Yeah.
and the thing is, it doesn't cost any money to run, does it? I mean, no, no,
No,
it costs
not,
money to run.
not at
Oh.
all.
Well, then let's talk about that a little bit, shall we? I'm setting myself up because I know what's coming next. So what's this thing we're talking beforehand about a 50-pound challenge? What's that's all about?
Yeah, well, interestingly, like you said, the costs are sadly going up and up for all of us, but it doesn't exclude charities. And for Little Harbour, to run Little Harbour a year now, it's £3.9 million. So across the three hospices across the Southwest, we're now looking to raise £14 million. So it costs a lot of money, and the money comes in from all different income streams. And something that we're quite passionate about is how businesses support us. And we've got a really exciting scheme that's starting in April, and it's our £50 challenge. And people might ask, so what is this?
So what is the 50-pound challenge?
Perfect. So we give your business £50, and you
I like it so far.
yeah, so it's all sounding good. And it's fantastic because you've got The Apprentice on the telly at the moment, and it is all entrepreneurial. So you use that £50 to raise as much money as you can within 50 working days.
Wow.
So it's a really great way for businesses to get their teams together. Have some staff fundraising. We've had all sorts of things, haven't we?
Yeah.
It can get competitive as well.
Yeah.
So if you've got a few different offices, a few different teams, and you want to get some friendly competition going,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
works really well.
Can I kick it off and say your partnerships will take the 50-pound challenge?
Wow, that would be
100%.
amazing.
It'd be an honor.
Thank you.
And for those in the partnership watching this, let's turn 50 into 5,000.
Wow,
That's the plan.
that would be incredible.
That's the plan. We'll get as close as we
You've
can.
said
If we
it
can go
now.
over,
Yes.
I've said it. The universe heard it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Next, what's next? It's all good. No, but seriously, 50 pounds, and we have done it before, as you know. And it's you say it's all sorts of things. Number one, obviously, it's giving money where it's needed. But yeah, you can have lots of fun with it and lots of team building and everything with it. So
Oh, definitely. We've had all sorts of ideas. We've had people that have done bacon butties. So they've raised a lot of money through
Yeah.
that. We've had car washes. We've had
Rounders.
rounders.
Yeah, they've spent the £50 to go and buy rounders equipment.
Yeah.
And then had a big team building day where they've been playing rounders, raising money. It's, the options are endless.
Endless.
Really.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like that. And then so that's the 50-pound challenge. And you also talked about the business club. Tell us about the business club.
Yeah, so the business club was really born actually after COVID, wasn't it? We were really looking ways to support businesses. And with our business club, it's £300 a year. And within that, we hold networking events, don't we? So at Little Harbour last year, we had a really exciting year because we did sensory sessions, didn't we, with our
Yeah.
members? So we invited everybody up to Little Harbour. They did messy play, we did music therapy, really tying it back to how our families benefit from coming to Little Harbour. And this year, we're really, really excited to have some speakers coming to our networking sessions. So we aim to have between 3 and 4 events a year,
Cool.
mainly at Little Harbour,
Yep.
because we really want to be able to show our members around the hospice. So we always incorporate a tour afterwards. And of course, our amazing care teams come and speak and give an update about what's been going on at the hospice. So our members really do feel part of what's going on at Little Harbour.
And
They're knowledgeable.
and going out there makes such a difference because you get.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd waste the rest of our time to talk about all the experiences I've had out there. Yeah, it's just you have to go out there.
Yeah, and what we find is people sometimes feel really apprehensive about coming to the hospice.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go and look around the hospice, it'd be too sad. And we try and get across, don't we, that of course we have our sad times, of course we do. We are a children's hospice, but the majority of the time it's about making memories, having fun, giving those families those special moments that they will remember for a lifetime.
Yeah. And I got sad out there though because they wouldn't let me play in the ball pit. But maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. And people don't realise,
No.
that we've got the indoor play centre.
Yeah.
And it's little things like that. And we try and say to people, please come and have a look around. It's very home from home. There's hardly any medical equipment out on show.
Well, the main thing I was so impressed about, and I know a lot of people are, is the rooms that the family stay in. They're like 6-star hotel standard. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. It doesn't feel, because I know what you're saying. Most people are going to think more of like a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that at all.
And I think people hear the word hospice and naturally that their train of thought goes to end of life.
Yeah.
And like Amanda said, it's so much more than just those sad times.
Yeah.
It's about supporting the whole family, and it's bringing opportunities and experiences to them as a family that perhaps we take for granted.
Yep.
When we have our children, we go to, baby and parent groups, and we've even brought in our Little Harbour Tots. So for families that have got a child that is up to preschool age, actually having sessions for mums to be able to come in, and dads as well, with their young children, because for them to go to the groups in church halls and community centres is really difficult for them, and it can be
Yes.
really isolating. So
Well,
even experiences such as that.
They are, and I was going to say, and that goes back to the whole thing. Why I love the bit about the siblings as well, because if you're a sister or daughter, or sister or daughter, your sister or brother are going to pass away, being at school or whatever age it is, it's one thing to talk with friends in general, but to meet someone that's going through the exact same journey that you're unfortunately on, there's that kinship, there's that bonding of understanding. That's probably the best way to put it,
definitely.
because even though your best friend, if they don't have a sibling that's unfortunately not going to live very long, they won't completely understand it because they're not going through it.
No, exactly. And we're one of the few children's hospices in the country that have got a dedicated sibling team.
Yes.
And they solely look after the brothers and sisters for that exact reason. A lot of our siblings have very complex emotions. They're angry that they can't go on holiday, or they can't have sleepovers with their friends, or they might be scared or frightened about the future if their brother or sister has been in hospital for a prolonged time. So they're dealing with really, really complex emotions, and actually their parents are probably concentrating on the poorly child.
Of course.
Most of our parents have had to give up their jobs because you've got one parent that's might be in Bristol Children's Hospital with the poorly child. You've got another parent that's having to look after the brothers and sisters. So it's a really, really hard time for the whole family. But actually to have that dedicated sibling team solely looking after the siblings, it's so important. And they do all sorts of things, don't they? They do online bingos with the siblings for the same reason as you said. They get to know each other. They make
Yeah, I've done your
friends.
online bingo. I never win. What's up with that?
But yeah, it's great. It's great fun for them, and like you said, they realise that they're not the only ones
Yes.
in
Yeah.
that situation, and that's so important, isn't it?
You know, they're missing out on opportunities that other children their age are as well. So perhaps they're not able to have sleepovers.
No.
And when they come to Little Harbour and they're there staying with other families at the same time, and they're making those friendships and having that experience, it's so important to them, because it's, again, like for the parents, it can be quite isolating.
Well, we're going to run out of time in a second, so I'm going to wrap us up so we've been on our time, right? But it's been lovely having you here. Lovely talking about the things we have. There's so many things more we could talk about.
Yeah.
We'll have you back again. But and anyone that I know you talked about, you've been out before, but what would you say to anybody that's not up at a Corker Media before? What do you think of the studio and everything they do out here?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's so good. Definitely come out. Come and see the amazing facilities here. Obviously, we've had a lovely warm welcome.
Yeah. Had a lovely hot chocolate.
Oh,
Yes.
the hot chocolate is very
It was good. It was well
I don't
worth the
offer
trip.
everybody hot chocolate. Hold on.
Yeah. No, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. And if anybody's interested in finding out more about Children's Hospice Southwest, do check out our social media pages. Alice and I are both on LinkedIn. So
And we'll
do
have all that on this video as well. so,
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah. Do check us out and give us a follow.
Okay. Thank you. And we'll see you again soon.